thought we were having company. Well, this agenda maybe we should. Well,
Okay, we're good.
read that.
Yeah, I haven't changed.
Is that somebody calling? I'd like to call the Sullivan IDA a meeting, what's today's date, February 10th, to order. Roll call, Julio.
Mr. Sullivan?
Present.
Mr. Sullivan's present, Ms. Lara?
Here.
Ms. Lara's present, Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Smith is present, Mr. Steinberg?
Yeah.
Mr. Steinberg is present, Mr. Brown?
Yep.
Mr. Brown is present, and Mr. Duffy, Mr. Brown.
Okay, enough. So has anybody had a chance to read the meeting minutes of January 13th? Are there any comments or need a motion to make a motion?
I'll second.
Okay, we have Ira, Kathleen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we approved the meeting minutes of the 13th. Bills and communications. So we have bills. We have bills.
Yes, I passed out a revised payment schedule. There are two payments that were added, one to be in Chicago, Creighton Borough for $1,250, and the other for Southern Cooperative for $1,676.60. Looking for a total of 11 payments in the amount of $21,797.
Okay, does anybody have any questions that we're with that? Has everybody had a chance to look at it? Yeah, we're good to go. I need a motion to approve. Joey, second. That's it. Ira, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good to go. Staff report.
I have no updates to the staff report. Questions.
Is there anything doing?
I have a couple, I'm expecting 2 applications, maybe 3 for tax abatements, but I haven't gotten them yet.
No, it's a
Loan
dead of the
activity's
winter and
pretty
it's
quiet.
pretty quiet, but Ira, anything that would
That
excite us?
Mark,
We're
a few weeks ago already, he gave me a list of quite a few things. But
It's the same situation with everybody, which is there's no workforce here to hire, so that people,
So are we still building, thinking about warehouses? Is that a warehouse on the right-hand side, right before Middletown? What is that?
It's a wine company.
It's a wine company?
totally.
That's a big,
nephew's-
big building. No? Well, that's big.
It's not that big, right? It's just a cross dock, it's long and skinny. You see in the long side.
That's it. That's all I asked.
Scott, anything, or should we be upset that Orange County is outpacing us in particular?
You should be. There's millions of square feet on the books now and
Well, what about the workforce?
as far as what building them.
Yeah, and coming, in other words, once they're here, the workforce that much more robust,
Well, they have 400,000 people,
Yeah.
75.
and we can't get them up here.
You need housing first, for somebody to live there. So that's a funny question, Joe, because we brought that up at the last meeting. Sullivan County actually has a surplus of affordable housing. Whereas Orange County is about 8,000 units short, Ulster's 4,000. Dutchess is 6,000. It's a small surplus, but it's a surplus.
But we're talking 30 minutes.
Right.
To get up here.
Yeah, but
So, I mean,
you're talking,
It's the
let's say you're
interstates.
talking 30 miles.
Yeah.
If you're in a truck, that's 60 miles round trip.
It's the
That's
interstates.
300 miles round trip every week. If you have 100 trucks, that's $30,000 every week.
So Newburgh is experiencing as well with the throughway moving forward. They're all around there's warehouses going on. And now they're moving over to way under because of the closeness to Route 6. And then
17 and 84 and the through.
All about the interstates.
It's all about where you're close to an exit.
Yeah, but we can't even, or hospitality, if you're saying restaurants or, and, small boutique hotels can't find out. And Middletown has the people, so travel up.
Sure.
So,
Sullivan County dropped the ball and we got hotels.
okay, we have new business, discussion and approval of the revised governance committee policy.
So the governance committee meets annually, as you know, and we met in December. And as I was reviewing the governance committee policy, I've noticed that there was a clause that had been struck several years ago that I think was struck in error. We took out some language regarding compensation because we have personnel committees who deal with that. But there is a clause that remains in the funding corp and LBC governance committee policies. that I discussed with the IDA governance committee, and they asked that we put that clause back in the IDA policy again. I think it was removed in there. It's just under other responsibilities. There's a line that says the governance committee shall review on an annual basis the compensation and benefits for the managing director and other senior agency officials. So
Otherwise,
this
everything's
would
the
make
same.
all three consistent.
Who's the managing director? Don't they, didn't it say executive?
We can
director?
change it to executive. These policies are all what the ABO
Right, but
recommends. So
we don't have a
we can make it
managing
correct for
director here, we have an
ourselves. Yeah.
executive.
So we'll change that. So, so that's obviously for the full board to approve.
Okay, so otherwise, everything is the same?
Right.
So I need a motion to revise the governance committee policy.
Make a motion?
Okay, that is a second to Kathleen. Same thing with procurement, investment, and disposition of real property guidelines. Has anything changed?
No.
Okay, so everything's the same. We approved it last year. I'll need another motion. As is, Joey. Ira. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. Our mission statement and performance measurements, they have not changed.
Correct, no changes. So the 4 performance measurement questions they were in the agenda packet. So I need to certify to the state that the board members have acknowledged that they've read and understood the mission, that the board members affirm its membership, board, committee, and management structure, that the agency has complied with the Public Authorities Accountability Act of 2005 and the Public Authorities Reform Act of 2009, which is what we'll do when we file the parent reports. Does the agency conduct business in an environment that fosters transparency, and is the agency still in a full high ethical conduct within the entire organization? So those are the same questions we ask.
And you can
for your
All the 5 members that are here, and you can handle the other 4 members by an email with the response. Other 3 members, the vacancy.
But interestingly enough, everybody's been here for a number of years, so we're well familiar with how we operate.
So why don't you just poll the people that are here?
Okay, Joey, Ira, Kathleen.
Yes.
Scott, myself.
All of it acknowledged, and you can do the other 3 by email with a.
And they're all seated, so. All right, so we're passing that with the people here by polling, and then you'll solve that in minutes afterward.
Yes.
Okay. And then self-evaluations, we all went through those, right? We got those back a while back.
Well, yeah, but you gotta do them again, because it's an annual event.
We didn't do those yet?
No, I've received 2 back. We don't have to do this today. I have a lot of extra copies. We can do it in
Who
March. I just
hasn't
need
done
to
it?
do
Have I
it.
done it?
No, not this year.
So then you want to. Perfect.
And it'll be the same when we have them for all 3 agencies. Would anyone, do you have all 3?
I only
They're
gave
the
them
same.
one, but I'll give them one.
We got money, it's in the
Not
back.
this year.
It's in the emails.
Yeah, there's, and if your responses are the same for all 3 agencies, obviously, please only fill out 1 form and just let me know. Jen, do you have another set for Scott?
Yeah, I'll do it.
What'd you say was the same answer, just
Cross it out on top and
Just-
put all 3
yeah.
agencies on 1 form.
So do we expect these back by the next week?
Yes, we can all send reminders.
Perfect. I can send these back via email, correct?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Okay, so that doesn't require an action either.
Right.
Either. All right, any other business that we want to discuss? We kind of discussed it quiet. February is always very quiet. We have some housekeeping things we just approved. Do we have to approve them in the other?
We do, yes.
Right, so then I'd like somebody to make a motion to close.
No,
No.
recess,
Just have-
recess and recall. Here's our,
Oh, we have everyone, actually.
Oh.
we doing.
Morning. Executive session.
Morning.
good morning.
Good
What-
morning.
What are we doing?
These are representatives of Yo1 who have asked to address the board.
Okay. Well, good morning. We appreciate you coming before us to discuss your thoughts. Who would like to start?
Good morning, Chairman Sejal and other members of the board. This is Dr. Subhash Chandra from India. I would like to submit that, first of all, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to attend this IDA meeting this morning. I would also like to, in a way, regret that I have not been able to keep in touch with the county and the IDA for last few years. So I apologize for that. Also, because of some issues, our group went into some rough weather as of January of 2019. But I'm happy to report, though it may not be of major concern to the IDA, but I, as an individual, would be happy to say that we have cleared all those clouds over our group. I have paid, when we had this problem in January 19, we had a debt of about $7 billion, and I have paid all of them, all of it, and all of it 100% to all the lenders and people, those who we owed as a group money. Coming to our project at Yovan, some of the friends in Sullivan County and even the village have told me before, and I definitely say and acknowledge that while putting up the project, we were over enthusiastic and we made quite a few mistakes. We did not do our homework well, and we felt that we are coming up with a project which is good for the people of New York State and of America, to give them preventive health care. And we felt that we would be fully booked, but that did not happen. We also made wrong assessment that we would be operating 12 months, 365 days, whereas the weather in this place do not allow us to operate for 5 months in a year, every year. We did not realize that the minimum wages at that time, when we started putting up the project, it was, I think, somewhere at $8 an hour, which is now gone to probably close to $15 an hour. And because if these things were, we did know that people want good health, but they don't want to commit, as these alternate healthcare systems demand commitment from the people who wants to do preventive healthcare. But and at that time when we came, all of you, the county, the village, everyone welcomed us with open arms. uh, and gave us whatever was available at that time, at that stage. Project, since the beginning started, I mean, some of the people in county has told us that why did you make so much large investment? You should not have made that kind of investment. But yes, those were the mistakes we made. But that's past. We can't undo whatever has happened. Now, at the same time, I must say that since that time, I have been supporting with my own funds to Yovan, because since beginning, since day one, there has been losses month on month. And I think what I've been told is that as of today, we have hardly any past dues payable in this place. A lot of people in and around the county and in and around the state are eyeing this property. They want to buy it very cheap in the foreclosure. They hope that there would be foreclosure on this property. But chairman and members of IDA, I must inform you that I will not allow that to happen, because we are in the process of settling all the lenders. It's a few weeks away that we would have settled these lenders, because these lenders were also part of lending to our group in various other activities. And they know our intent. They have seen our intent. They have experienced our intent. Because despite difficulties, we have sold some of our crown jewel assets and paid to the lenders 100% money. So that's why they are cooperating with us. And this is not a good news for some people in the county who wants to buy this property in foreclosure in very cheap price. I know the names, but I don't want to say today on this call. They are spreading a lot of misinformation. They talk very loose about us, about this project sitting there. That hurts, Chairman, sometimes, because these very people welcomed us at that time, and now they are bad-mouthing. So while I don't expect anything, any remedy from IDA, but any of you, ladies, gentlemen, if you hear somebody talk loose, I would submit that you can prevent them. You can refer to my discussions, and it's a matter of record in India and in American media that Subhash Chandra and his family have kept their honor and holding their head high. Even today, month on month, these two gentlemen are sitting with you, and they will talk to you the nitty-gritty and details where they need assistance, support from IDA. But they have been getting money every month on month from my side. I'm in that sense fully, I would say we are honorable family, and IDA did a lot of due diligence upon us before granting some concessions at that time. And I will not let down IDA, and we will not let that time due diligence proven wrong. That's all, Chairman Sejal, I wanted to say, and the other members. I'm grateful for you giving me a patient hearing. I leave it to my colleagues to talk to you if there is any further detailing or any other things about it. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, kindly feel free to ask me. I will be happy to answer any of the questions.
Dr.
Thank you.
Chandra, thank you for your time this morning. We appreciate your trying to help move this project forward. Obviously, we have a lot of faith and had a lot of faith to do that. And we've been trying in every which way to be diligent because we have obligations to the county, the school systems, the taxing jurisdictions. So we do appreciate your comments this morning. We will listen to your colleagues, and if there's anything where we can assist, we will make every effort in a positive way. I have not heard anything personally that would be less than stellar about the efforts that you put forth. You know, our hands are tied sometimes because we're in a position of having to be stewards of a process, and these projects have to respond because they're consistent. But we will listen to the colleagues, and we certainly appreciate, we know you're a busy gentleman. We appreciate your taking the time to show your support and interest this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate, but some people definitely have been trying to kind of terrorize us in the name of IDA.
Well,
and
I can only speak for
one
myself,
gentleman,
and that's not the intention of the IDA.
one gentleman even, sorry, Chairman, I'm interrupting you. One gentleman even told me that, look, I'm going to make sure that IDA cancels your thing. So
They haven't come to me, so I guess we're at a standstill as far as if you're intimating that I have knowledge of that, then I'm sad.
No, sir, no, sir. No, please. By no means that I am intimating you that you have any knowledge. No.
Okay.
But I wanted to offload from my chest some of these things hurts. When you come to a county, when you go to a county, when the people of that county itself tell bad things about you behind your back, when you have not done anything wrong to the county.
No, I appreciate you're an honorable man. I appreciate that comment, and we try to be an honorable board, and I certainly, more than anybody, have an ego to not wanting to be disparaged. So
thank you very much.
Not knowing, but thank you again.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate. And if you permit me, I will log off and my colleagues would talk.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
I can speak, but I have not much to say, so
Let him go.
yeah, when here.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is myself, Sam Mehrotra, Director of Finance. I am in the project for last 3 years. Hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what I am looking in last 3 years, when I joined, it was almost COVID ending. So I noticed two things. One is the wages has gone up, as Chairman, our Subhash Chandra has already told. So that is getting some difficulty. We are trying to hire and keeping single occupancy is not so busy. So that is another challenge is our purchasing power reduced. Because of this, we cannot hire so many people. Since almost wages increased by 60 or 60% simply, and if I add $8 or $9 compound, 3% every year, it comes to $11 or $12. But overall, I see the increase in wages is 35 to 40%. That reduces our capacity to hire more people. And plus, during seasonal, December to May, we just open 3 days. So we cannot hire so many people. So this is the one, within last 2 years, we have almost paid 500,000 for under employment penalty. This year, we have already 408,000. I mean, it's getting difficult for us to pay that one. One is this one, underemployment penalty. And the second one, most important, is that pre-operational period was 17 to 2025. But since you can see that COVID period was almost lasted 2 to 3 years, officially in US as the COVID was over September 2022. So we struggled 19 to 22, almost 3 years. So my request that pre-operation period should be amended another 2 years, if not 3. Because of this, our pilot payment, annual pilot payment, the assessed value increased at 100%. It increased from almost 3 to 7 million. So that annual payment also another mode of another cash flow, another almost 200,000 extra. So this is my only, if we under unemployment payment should be considered, how much correct number should be, if we can assess that one. And second, the assessed value should be deferred to at least another 2 years. So this is only to assess value and unemployment penalty. This is my request.
So what do we need to just take that under advisement?
Well, no, I mean, we've met with Dr. Chandra's representatives that are, addressing you, and we've explained to them that there are 2 different standards. One is the requirement for recapture under the general municipal law, which is not something we can change without an act of the legislature. One is our right, but not obligation, to recapture when there's underemployment under our local recapture policy. This board has never suggested that they intend to move forward with recapturing the millions and millions of dollars in sales tax benefits that the board could recapture. This board has never suggested that they would move forward with recapturing the mortgage recording tax that were abated by the agency. On the other hand, this board has said many times that the items that are governed by the state recapture in the general municipal law need to be respected by YO1. And some of the things that have happened that provide difficulties in addressing, like, should we amend a future employment goal, is that they have not paid their special district taxes in 2024 or 2025. So they owe Sullivan County, which has made the town whole. They're exempt from school tax, and they're exempt from town and county tax, but they're not exempt from special district tax. So they've received the benefit of fire protection. They've received the benefit of a few line items of special district services, but not paid their bills. So this board has instructed staff and me that if they don't pay those bills, to terminate their project. There's also an issue involving the pilot agreement. And again, this is not going to be new information for the 2 gentlemen that are addressing you. The original pilot agreement, like most of the pilot agreements involving hospitality properties that are provided benefits by the IDA, require a forward financial security, because Sullivan County had a horrible history of the county government suffering financial losses from hotels, the Concord, Grossinger's, the Stevensville, the Browns. I mean, we could sit here all day long and talk about the collapse of Sullivan County's tourism industry and how much that costs Sullivan County. So when we created the enhanced benefits for hospitality properties, a quid pro quo for that was not taking financial risk on future pilot payments. So, for example, our largest hospitality project, the casino, last week posted about $1.5 million, Julio, to cover payment of their 2026 pilot payment. Each year they pay their annual pilot payment and they post financial security for the upcoming pilot payments so that the agency is not taking financial risk on behalf of the taxing jurisdictions. I believe it was 2018 or 19 that Yo1 could not provide the financial security for the upcoming year pilot payment. Are we all in agreement on generally without the dates, Harish, that those are accurate statements? I think it was 2018 or 2019. So the agency, as an accommodation, established a monthly escrow payment in lieu of financial security. And we requested that Yo1 amend the pilot agreement to eliminate from the pilot agreement the requirement for a bond or a letter of credit and substitute a future escrow payment in lieu of that. We have tried on multiple occasions to get Yo1 to execute an amendment to the pilot agreement, but we have been unsuccessful in getting them to do that. So from my standpoint and from the standpoint of staff, it's not a matter of wanting to help or not wanting to help. It's a matter of provisions in the general municipal law that require us under certain circumstances to recapture benefits. And one of the things that is paramount is that whatever payments are due to county government or to the town to pay the special district tax bill have to be paid. Kathleen has sent them multiple times invoices showing the payment if it was to be made in that calendar month, because it changes every month. So I don't know what to tell you, Howard, in terms of taking it under advisement. There probably are a lot of good reasons why the agency could consider amending their employment goals going forward. They can't be amended going backwards, but they could be amended going forward. But before you reach those discussions,
The special district taxes
have to be paid, and the
The special-
pilot
that
agreement
has
has
to
to
be
be
done.
amended. It has to be amended.
So we've asked on a number of occasions, I'm told, about amending the pilot agreement. I hadn't remembered that piece until you just said it. Who's responsible for that? They are, correct? Or we?
We drafted an amendment to the pilot agreement long ago. It's been sent to them many times. Their issue with it is that it requires a pilot mortgage. And the reason it requires a pilot mortgage is because the IDA pilot payments, if not made, are the very lowest priority in a bankruptcy. So we would be in the same position in a bankruptcy as the food company that sold them rice. We want to be
Higher.
in a secured position, not in an unsecured position. And it would be a technical covenant default under their mortgage with Canara Bank. And that's where we reach impasse.
Special district taxes have to be paid. That's the first stop. I mean, it appears to me, and I certainly appreciate the ability to visit back and forth, but it appears to me that everything starts over at the beginning in each of these conversations. I think that you need to knock off some of the issues one by one for it to have any ability for us to even think about anything past where we're at today. Instead of having 3 issues, maybe we can only have 2 issues. Why don't we try by paying the special district taxes? And then at least we will feel a little bit better about trying to figure out how, if we should amend the employment goals because of conditions in life that have changed. The other piece, I don't know how to solve.
Well, there's a third
But we're
piece.
not-
There's
but
a
we're
third,
not
there's a
going
third piece.
anywhere.
There's a third piece, which is prior to today, nobody ever asked for the employment goals to be amended. We can't amend them going backwards.
Right, but we can.
And there's also an unpaid $400,000 pilot bill caused by the past underemployment that we can't get rid of. There has been some discussion about letting them pay that off in the future over monthly payments. And again, Jen and I can't wrap our arms around those conversations when we have a pilot agreement that we've asked them to amend for 6 years and they won't amend it, and they don't pay their special district taxes. We find it hard to focus on anything other than those liabilities that need to be taken care of.
Okay, I just want to say one thing. The town of Thompson, the tax, we have escrow with them almost 200,000. So we can talk to them. I believe my previous colleague must have spoken, but I have to check with them.
You mentioned that the other day, and we've talked to the town of Thompson. They don't know anything about that, so you're gonna have to get us a copy of some escrow agreement.
Yeah, I have an escrow statement. I will send you.
Well, I've been told that we've had these discussions, and out of deep respect for Dr. Chandra, I'm appreciative of hearing it from the two of you and him as well. But at this point in time, we need to do something as opposed to this thing. And again, gentlemen, you have to chat amongst yourselves to figure out which something you want to start with so that we can at least have something else to discuss. But I do appreciate this morning and hearing, and then you can both visit or visit with Dr. Chandra as well and your team. But we have to move on because I have a hard stop and we have some more business to conduct. So with deep respect, I hope you appreciate that we're appreciative of this conversation, but you guys need to come back to us with something a little bit different than.
Sure.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Thank you.
All right, we have to.
Is there anything else on the IDA meeting?
I
No.
would like to talk about this.
Okay, we need a motion to go into executive session to discuss the financial position of a particular person or organization.
Need a motion.
I'll make it.
So
All right.